So, as we all know now, President Donald Trump, he has been shot at. From my understanding, and this is what the Secret Service said, was he was not shot directly. He was obviously shot at, and one of the bullets hit the teleprompter's glass, and that glass shard got him, and that's what caused the bleeding. And also, two people, from my understanding, one was dead, okay, and the other one injured and whatnot. And they said that the shooter was actually killed on the rooftop as well. All right, but for this video in particular, I actually just want to go and show some eyewitness statements and whatnot. Of course, I'm going to go and show you the events that took place, and then I'm gonna go and show you the eyewitness statements and whatnot. So let's just get into this. So as you can see, this is from 16th to 17th District. Chicago police scanner says appears former President Donald Trump has been shot at, possibly near the ear. All right. So I'm gonna just go ahead and play this video. And this is him in Pennsylvania, and he's giving his speech at the Trump rally. He's talking.
You see something that said, take a look at what happened.
All right, and with this video, it's just going to be a continuation of essentially what we saw, and this was his famous putting up his fist, and we're going to talk about that a little bit.
Wait.
So as you saw up in here, he went and put his fist up, and from what it appeared that he was mouthing were the words fight. All right. And he was showing that I am a strong leader. He's putting up his fist. Now, some people were saying, oh, come on, this means that it was staged because he put up his fist saying fight. This was staged. I don't believe so. Okay, you have some people who believe that. I don't personally believe that. I think he was showing I'm a president. I'm not. I got shot at. Okay, possibly shot at this time of what we knew at this moment. I got shot at, but I'm still strong. I'm still resilient. Okay, you're not going to stop me. I am supposed to be the leader. I'm running for president, for crying out loud. So I am up here. I have to be strong. Even if it may appear that people want me to be weak, I need to be strong for myself and my country and the people that are here. And that brought the other people. They're like, okay, yeah. That's how I interpreted it. And also, let's keep it real. Trump is Trump. Okay. And this is what I was saying yesterday when I saw that this happened. I'm like, Trump is Trump, y'all. This man, he's not going to change up for anybody. This man, he's going to go and do what he's going to do. Okay. He's going to go and do all this. All right. This is just how he is. This is just who he is. He ain't changed for anybody. Okay. And then I went and seen this post. And unfortunately, this was the man that lost his life. Apparently, he was trying to duck and cover and save some other people. All right. This is the man who was killed at Trump's Pennsylvania rally has been identified as former fire chief for Buffalo Township. His name was Corey Comfortor. All right. And it's very upsetting. This came from Spiritual Word and whatnot. And of course, you have an ignorant comment of someone that says he would still be alive if he didn't support Trump. So if you're going to the gas station and someone just goes and tries to steal your car and then shoot you, if you weren't at that gas station, if you didn't need gas like a regular person, you would still be alive. That's such an ignorant thing to say, but you got your people that's going to say that kind of stuff. It is what it is. And here, I just want to show and read to you all the message that Trump put out about what ended up happening. And it says, I want to thank the United States Secret Service and all of law enforcement for their rapid response on the shooting that just took place in Butler, Pennsylvania. Most importantly, I want to extend my condolences to the family of the person at the rally who was killed. And that's this guy that I just showed. that was killed, and also to the family of another person that was badly injured. That's what I was mentioning earlier. It is incredible that such an act can take place in our country. Nothing is known at the time about the shooter, who is now dead. I was shot with the bullet that pierced the upper part of my right ear. I knew immediately that something was wrong, and that I heard a whistling sound, shots, and immediately felt the bullet ripping through my skin. Okay. Secret Service said it was glass, so I'm not sure. It says much bleeding took place, so I realized then what was happening. God bless America. Okay, so for all of this, he's over here saying like, I get what happened, but, I'm going to thank the people who, risked their lives to save me, Secret Service, because that's what it is. The law enforcement upsetting about the person who ended up losing their life for this senseless act. And then here I have a video, and it says an emergency room doctor details how he tried to help a victim who was shot in the head at the Trump rally. Let's just give this a listen.
That's exactly where I heard him come from.
What did you see, sir?
I heard the shots. I thought it was firecrackers to begin with. Somebody over there was screaming, he's been shot, he's been shot. So I made my way over. I said, I'm an emergency department physician. Let me help you. The guy had spun around, was jammed between the benches. He had a headshot here. There was lots of blood, and he had brain matter there. And so I got him. There's a helicopter coming in to get him. I got people there really helpful. I got
Was there
him
only
up
one
on a
person
bench.
shot that you saw?
Then I did CPR, did chest compressions as well as I breathed for him.
One person.
I was the only one that did
We
it.
need to evacuate everybody.
That's exactly where I heard him come from.
So we got to see this ER doctor who was just saying, hey, I was trying to help the man out. It was only one person that they saw. I'm not sure if this was, because they said that this person was being transported. I'm not sure if this is a person that died or if this is the other person that's badly injured. I'm assuming it's the one that's just badly injured, that's being airlifted out of here. Okay. And now this one, it says an attendee confirmed dead. Another injured shooter is killed at Trump rally. And here is an eyewitness. So it's a bit of a longer video.
Joseph, you told me off camera that you may have witnessed this, and I'm so sorry to be talking to you in this tragic moment, but can you describe what it is that you saw?
I was attending the rally. I was in the set of bleachers, the very far left of the podium where President Trump was speaking. I was there with friends. I heard several gunshots. The man beside me suffered a gunshot wound to the head, was instantly killed, fell to the bottom of the bleachers. Another woman looked like she got hit in the forearm or hand. And then at that point in time, it was rather chaotic at that point because half the people were looking because they thought it was fireworks. I knew it was gunshots right away. My friend, he hit the deck. I was kind of looking around just trying to see where the shots were coming from. It seemed to me like the shots were coming from behind the bleachers. It seemed to me the man got hit in the head from behind. He was killed instantly, as far as I could tell. And at that point, a state police and a SWAT team, started evacuating the bleachers, and then I helped carry the man out of the bleachers to a tent that was behind the bleachers.
You helped carry the man yourself. What was his condition when you were carrying him?
He's deceased. He died.
How close were you to him?
A couple yards. It wasn't very far.
Did you know the man?
No, it's a police ranger. They put a towel over his head and then carried him off.
And you said there was another woman nearby who was also injured. Where was she in relation to him?
I believe she was in the bleachers, like either above me or just to the side of him. But it seemed like she was kind of at my flank, and then she flinched, and it looked like she had taken a gunshot wound to the forearm and hand.
Joseph, from where I was standing, we heard multiple gunshots, 8 to 11 shots. We've been hearing it replayed on the video here. Do you remember, can you tell, I know it was a chaotic scene, but at what point, was it immediately when you heard the gunshots that he was shot, or was it later on into the firing?
The first 7, he was hit and she was hit within the first 7 shots. I counted 7 shots.
What was going through your mind? You were right there. I know it happened so quickly, but what can you tell us about those moments?
First, I was in shock because I know what gunshots sound like, so I knew they were gunshots. I couldn't tell from where they were coming from. And when I noticed someone got hit, then I noticed, well, it seemed like they were coming from behind me, and it just was pandemonium. And then I heard some more shots, and I couldn't quite tell where they were coming from. But I counted the first 7, and they were very loud and very close. And it killed one man and wounded another woman.
And Joseph, you told me that you're a doctor, you're an OBGYN. How did that background play into how quickly you were sort of able to assess the situation and know what happened to these individuals and know what was going on?
Well, I told the police, I tried to render assistance. I told the police I could render assistance. They had another physician on the EMT team, so they kind of took over. So they didn't really need me, so I kind of helped carry them down initially out of the bleachers. Yeah, I mean, there wasn't, the man that got hit, there was no assistance that needed to be given. And unfortunately, his family witnessed the whole thing. It seemed like he had several family members in the bleacher with him. And they were quite upset. They didn't know, they were in shock. They didn't quite know what's going on. But
real quick from that, it's my understanding that the man who died, Corey, he was actually trying to like duck and cover up his family members. That's what they were saying.
The man was definitely killed instantaneously.
Could you tell us sort of how many family members or people who knew him were with him, and what was their reaction?
I thought there was 5 people. 2 of them were relatively hysterical. So, but they were, when we took the man out of the bleachers, he went to the tent. There was an aid tent or some type of tent behind the bleachers where they took the body, and they immediately evacuated the family with them. And the 2 out of the 5, it seemed like, in shock, hysterical. Like they were still trying to process what was going on.
Joseph, from where I was standing, we heard the shots. We saw the president go down.
Yeah, I saw President Trump get hit.
Yeah. What can you tell us what details you remember?
It seemed like his head was off to the side, and it seemed like he got nicked in the ear.
Was that before the Secret Service took him down to the ground, covered him?
Right before the Secret Service. I mean, it was maybe, again, it's hard to tell, time dilates when, it seemed like it was a second or 2. Like that first 7 shots that went off, the man got hit. He was killed almost instantly. The woman in the bleachers, she got injured, like she got hit in the forearm and the hand. And then in those rounds that were fired, again, I was videoing the event, so that's when I saw Trump get hit. And it seemed to me like he was looking to the side and the round grazed his ear. So.
Could you tell the
And for me, I think he was extremely lucky. The fact that he moved his head at a certain time, at a particular time, at that particular location, because if it grazed him right here, imagine if he would have just tilted his head a little bit more,
gentleman that was hit in the head, what angle he was in relation to the former president, like which direction the bullets were coming from and to?
So it looked like he was facing the president at the very far left portion of the bleachers. So he's directly facing it. Again, it seemed to me like the shots were coming from the rear, like behind us. And for me, it seemed like the man was in the way. I guess.
In the way of the former president?
No, it seemed like the man was in the way of the shots between whoever was shooting the gun and the president. The man was hit. It seemed like he was in the crossfire.
And I know. And I know you're in shock and still processing all of this. It's sort of hard to evaluate our own emotions in this moment, but you just experienced something horrific.
Yes.
What can you tell us about your state of mind right now?
Yeah, I've had opportunities to go to these rallies before. It was the first one I ever went to. I had, time off to go do it. I was kind of excited to go, but it's. Everyone, it's something you don't expect. It comes out of the blue. It's like a bolt out of the blue, and it's shocking. The way politics goes in this country, it just seems like it's really polarized. Everyone's just very angry. I'm honestly shocked this didn't happen earlier. I was commenting to my friend who went to the event with me. I was like, the back behind the bleachers, it's really open. It seems like a really open venue. And it just, I got this sense that, if someone really wanted to do something, and again, I was openly talking to her. And I was like, if something was bad was going to be happening, this is the perfect venue to have. I just said this like an hour before it happened. I was like, this would be the perfect place to do it. And, surprisingly enough, it happened.
Okay, so I have one more video of a person that was there, and this is from Lips with TikToks, and it says, this man warned the police and Secret Service that there was a suspicious man with a rifle. They ignored him. the head of Trump Security Service needs to resign. Now, with this in particular, this was a very interesting one, okay? Because he was saying that me and other people saw someone climbing up like Spider-Man onto a building. Now, mind you, this is Secret Service. This is the FBI, CIA. This is Presidential Secret Service. These are people who are highly trained individuals. At least they should be. They're supposed to be manning every area. They're supposed to make sure every rooftop is checked. They're supposed to be checking everybody that goes through here. Apparently, these people are all going through like metal detectors and whatnot. But this person obviously was not in the actual venue. They were on the roof. Okay, so, but you're the Secret Service. You're supposed to be making sure that everything is checked. But that didn't happen. And this goes into why some people, myself included, find this to be an inside job. Because, well, let's just watch the video.
And listen to the rally, right? We couldn't see him, but we could hear him. So we walked up, and probably 5 to 7 minutes of Trump speaking. I'm estimating here. I have no idea, But we noticed a guy crawling, bear crawling up the roof of the building beside us, 50 feet away from us. So we're standing there, we're pointing at the guy crawling up the roof.
And he had a gun, right?
He had a rifle.
A rifle.
We could clearly see him with a rifle. Absolutely. We're pointing at him. The police are down there running around on the ground. We're like, hey, man, there's a guy on the roof with a rifle. And the police were like, huh, what? Like they didn't know what was going on. We're like, hey, right here on the roof. We can see him from right here. We see him. He's crawling. And next thing you know, I'm thinking to myself, why is Trump still speaking? Why have they not pulled him off the stage? I'm standing there pointing at him for, 2-3 minutes. Secret Service is looking at us from the top of the barn. I'm pointing at that roof, just standing there like this. And next thing you know, 5 shots ring out.
So you're certain that the shots came from that guy on the roof?
100%. 100%.
And he was up there for a couple of minutes.
He was up there.
You saw him up there for a couple of minutes.
Absolutely. At least 3 to 4 minutes.
And you were telling
Yep.
police and the Secret Service?
We were telling the police. We were pointing at him for the Secret Service, who were looking at us from the top of the barn. They were looking at us the whole time when we were standing by that tree.
Could they see
Binoculars.
him? Could they see him?
Probably not, because the roof, the way the slope went, he was behind where they could see. But why is there not Secret Service on all of these roofs here? This is not a big place.
Did you see, obviously everyone, when the shooting started, everyone was very panicked. Did you see what happened to him at all?
Oh, yeah, they blew his head off.
Okay, sorry.
Secret Service blew his head off.
Okay, just be careful because we don't quite know who's watching, but you're pretty sure they shot the guy?
Absolutely, 100%.
Okay.
Yep.
You saw that happen?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And did you see them go up to him afterwards, or?
They crawled up on the roof. They had their guns pointed at him, make sure he was dead. He was dead, and that was it. It was over.
Okay, we're actually going to watch that again. I'm going to stop it in between, and I'm gonna give some commentary.
And listen to the rally, right? We couldn't see him, but we could hear him. So we walked up, and probably 5 to 7 minutes of Trump speaking. I'm estimating here. I have no idea, But we noticed a guy crawling, bear crawling up the roof of the building beside us.
Okay, so he just said, we noticed, meaning the Trump supporter people, the MAGA people that are all at the bottom, not Secret Service, not security, not police officers. We're not talking about those people. We're talking about us regular people. We noticed that we saw a guy bear crawling up some building. Okay, why is the Secret Service not seeing this first? Aren't you guys supposed to monitor the whole area? So that's one.
Yes, 50 feet away from us. So we're standing there, we're pointing at the guy crawling up the roof.
And he had a gun, right?
He had a rifle.
A rifle.
We could clearly see him with a rifle. Absolutely.
Okay, so that is a serious threat. You see some guy that he's not wearing whatever. He's not even supposed to be here, whatnot. He sees some guy bear crawling up. He goes and he has a rifle. Other people, dude got a rifle. Okay, that's clearly a serious threat.
Absolutely. We're pointing at them. The police are down there running around on the ground. We're like, hey, man, there's a guy on the roof with a rifle. And the police are like, huh, what? You know, like.
And that is also why people are thinking this is an inside job, because I'm telling you, yo, there's a dude up there with the rifle. I think he may be here to try to assassinate Donald Trump. And you're like, rifle? Where? Up there, up there, up there. There's a rifle. There's a rifle. There's a guy with a rifle. Can you go and look? Well, give us a couple minutes. Is this not your job? I mean, this isn't like you're some kind of cashier at a restaurant or something. This is Secret Service. This is police officers. This is protecting the public. Not only is it a risk to Donald, but it's a risk to everybody else. And that's why you had someone else who was critically injured and another person who actually died from this. Why are you guys not making sure everything is going well? Why are you not making sure that the roofs are all checked? Why are you not making sure that any kind of violence that may take place is eradicated?
Like, they didn't know what was going on. You know, we're like, hey, right here on the roof, we can see him from right here. We see him. You know, he's crawling. And next thing you know, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, why is Trump still speaking? Why have they not pulled him off the stage? I'm standing there pointing at him for, 2-3 minutes. Secret Service is looking at us from the top of the barn. I'm pointing at that roof, just standing there like this. And next thing you know, 5 shots ring out.
So your son.
So he's saying, I went and pointed. Secret Service is looking at me like I'm some crazy dude. Well, wouldn't you think like, okay, well, what does he need me to see? And you get all your dudes looking over here.
And that the shots came from that guy on the roof.
100%. 100%.
And he was up there for a couple of minutes.
He was up there.
You saw him up there for a couple of minutes.
Absolutely. At least 3 to 4 minutes.
And you were telling the police and the Secret Service.
We were telling the police. We were pointing at him for the Secret Service, who were looking at us from the top of the barn. They were looking at us the whole time when we were standing by that tree.
Could they see
binoculars?
Could they see him?
Probably not, because the roof, the way the slope went, he was behind where they could see. But why is there not Secret Service on all of these roofs here? I mean, this is not a big place.
Did you see, I mean, obviously everyone, when the shooting started, everyone was very panicked. Did you see what happened to him at all?
This seems, to me, it seems like an inside job, okay? Because some of this stuff, for y'all to be so highly trained, some of this stuff should have never happened. A lot of these events should not have taken place. You shouldn't have people pointing regular civilians, be like, yo, there's a dude up here. What's going on? And then you're waiting until they shoot the gun. And then apparently you had eyes on the dude, waited till he shot the gun, and then you shot him. Sounds like somebody on payroll. But let me know what y'all think about that story down below. Hello. I'm just going to show you some of the products that I personally sell from Latrice Limited. Right here, this is the nice sage and vanilla. As you can see, this is a woodwick candle. Oh my goodness, smells amazing. This is the Midnight Forest one for our soaps, handmade soaps, and they smell absolutely amazing. This one could be more for your man in your life, okay? Because it has kind of like a musk kind of scent. Hence the name Midnight Forest, okay? I also have these 2 lovely bath bombs right here, and right over here in this pretty little shopping cart that I have are my handmade essential oil blends. I have 2 types, one for pain, one for sleep. I also want to show you 2 different masks that I have. This one, boom, and here is the other silk, and it comes with the bag. You take it right out of the bag. Has a cute little scrunchie for your hair, and boom, okay? Now, let's just go and look at that pretty little website. So as you can see right here, latricelimited.com, okay? Double L's over here. Sweet Roses candle. Welcome to Latrice Limited. And you can see the different kinds of products that I have. And this is your girl right here with that big forehead being covered up, okay? I want to show you, this is one that I was showing earlier, Sweet Pea Harmony. And then Enchanted Petal Dance is the other one that I was showing. This is the Midnight Forest soap, okay? Here are also some soaps that I have, as you can see right here, just a large variety of different soaps. We are going to go over to the gift sets. So you see a large variety, different combinations of gift sets. If you want to just go and give them the big one over here, boom, so you don't even have to put any kind of thinking into it, just click and buy. So definitely check out the website latricelimited.com. Support your girl.